Today I'm going to introduce to you and review the Raphael Smart Rehab platform and the Raphael Smart Glove. Both the platform and the glove are designed and sold by Neofect, an emerging digital rehabilitation company that is using evidence-based technology to disrupt the traditional ways of doing occupational therapy. First is the Raphael Smart Glove. As you can see, it's very lightweight and not binding or bulky. It is ergonomic and conforms to the hand, allowing different joint movements to happen without restriction. Inside of the glove is two specific sets of sensors. One is a 9-axis movement and position sensor, as well as a bending sensor integrated into the fingers of the gloves. The glove can accurately track each individual finger movement, hand, and wrist, which can create over 5,900 data position points per minute to the Smart Rehab platform. The glove communicates to the platform tablet over Bluetooth connection. The Smart Rehab platform is the heart of the system. It's broken up into 3 categories. First, the evaluation tools. This is where the therapist can tailor the system to an individual user. Here you measure the patient's range of motion for the forearm, wrist, and fingers. Once the patient evaluation is complete, the fun begins. The platform offers a wide range of games to play that focus on the movements of the hand and arm and to correct motions the therapist wants to work on. Before the patient plays a game, the system allows for a setup of the range of motion for the patient. This is also adjustable on the fly during the game for the therapist. I will play some games that were made to target each major movement to show you how the system works. For forearm supination and pronation, we can play blackjack. The goal is for the user to rotate their palm to place their bet and to either take a card from the dealer or hold. A second game for this type of movement is called Grill the Fish. You move your palm from front to back just like you would turning the basket on the grill. For wrist flexion and extension, the patient can play a game called Highway Dash. As the player moves their wrist up and down, the car moves up and down on the track to avoid the obstacles that are put in place. My personal favorite for wrist radial and ulnar deviation is playing virtual fishing. Here, you have coordinated casting movements as well as fine movement of the wrist when the fish bites, and you have to keep tension on the line. For finger flexion and extension, there is flying squirrel. The object is to move the squirrel up and down to collect nuts and land on the platforms. You move the squirrel up in the air by extending your fingers, and he goes down when you bring them back in. Lastly, if you have a patient who is ready for a challenge, there are a series of games that combine 2 or more movements into one set of play. Eagle Soar is a great game that combines the 2 sets of wrist movements into one pretty challenging game, even for those who have no neurological deficits. Performance results and patient tracking is the final category of the platform. This takes the data from the glove and charts it into significant information for the clinician to chart outcomes for the patient in their health record. According to the article published in the Journal of Neuroengineering and Rehabilitation by Shin et al. In 2016, the Smart Glove and platform was shown to be statistically significant in improving scores given to patients who were in a rehab hospital recovering from a stroke. The researchers performed a semi-controlled study of patients using the glove and patients who had traditional occupational therapy. The study also noted that the participants reported statistically significant improvements in health quality of life based on scores given on a stroke impact scale. What does all this mean? The patients were engaged in the games, felt like participating because the games made therapy fun, and completing the games with feedback gave the patients the feeling that they were getting better each time they played. Game playing is important to stroke recovery more than just specific rehab situations. In the Donzo Brown et al. Article, the researchers brought a commercially available game into the homes of post-stroke participants and had them play while collecting neurobiofeedback. In the qualitative portion of their results, they had statements from the participants that included, "The game was awesome, and it was amazing that I could actually make something happen with my brain on the affected side." Another participant stated, "This was the first time I got movement." Rehabilitation gaming is transformative and giving people with neurological injury the chance to feel improvement in their recovery efforts, as well as engage them to do tasks that show improvement. The research in the field is ongoing and exciting to follow. I hope you have enjoyed this review of the Raphael Smart Glove and Smart Rehab platform.